Welcome to Ashiru, a place where we pause, to see the often unseen, to honor those who shape the soul of our society not with applause or spotlight, but with quiet perseverance and purpose. Today we turn our attention to the guardians of justice, the interpreters of law, the ones who, when words matter most, wield them like a shield. Today, we honor the lawyers, often misunderstood, sometimes mistrusted. Yet when the stakes are highest, when rights hang by a thread or truth begs to be heard, it is the lawyer who steps forward, carrying not just a case, but the weight of someone's world. From the marble courts of ancient Rome to the ink-stained chambers of the Magna Carta, lawyers have stood at the heart of civilization's quest for justice. In Athens, they were the orators, defending citizens in public forums, planting the seeds of democracy. In the age of empires, they were scribes and sages, translating royal edicts into systems of law. In colonial times, they were rebels with quills, like Mohandas Gandhi, a lawyer who became a liberator, or Nelson Mandela, who studied law in a segregated South Africa, only to later rewrite its future. History shows us this. Lawyers are not just practitioners of the law. They are architects of it, carvers of society's conscience. When justice moved slowly, it was often a lawyer who pushed it forward. Today, the world is more complex and more connected than ever, and so the role of a lawyer has evolved. They are defenders in courtrooms, advisors in boardrooms, advocates in crisis zones. They help refugees find safe passage. They protect whistleblowers who speak uncomfortable truths. They fight for victims of domestic violence, for environmental justice, for those who cannot afford to fight for themselves. But it is not an easy road. Long hours, emotional fatigue, the constant battle between truth and tactic. And in the midst of this, a public that often paints them with a broad brush, forgetting the soul behind the suit. Still, they press on. Because for many, this is not just a career, it's a calling. What makes the role of a lawyer sacred? It is this. In a world full of chaos, they choose order. In a world brimming with opinion, they search for truth. And in a system that does not always serve all equally, they work to bridge that gap. Lawyers are translators of pain. They listen deeply when someone's dignity has been violated. They ask the hard questions. They build bridges between conflict and resolution. And often they do this knowing that justice is not guaranteed, but still worth pursuing. To be a lawyer is to hold both power and responsibility. It is to be the voice for the voiceless, the shield for the vulnerable, the compass in moral storms. Picture this. A young woman sits in a courtroom, barely 20, facing deportation. She fled violence, lost her parents, and now clutches a worn letter in her hand. Her lawyer, pro bono, stands beside her, not for recognition, not for riches, but because no one else would. Or imagine a small-town lawyer in India fighting for farmers against a corporate giant polluting their land. He knows the odds. He knows the risk. But every day he shows up. Because sometimes justice doesn't knock. It must be dragged into the light. These stories are not rare. They unfold every day, quietly, in courthouses and offices and late-night prep rooms across the globe. The law is not always noble, but the people who serve it with integrity, they are. To those considering this path, hear this. You will be tested, not just by exams or judges or opposing counsel, but by your own heart. There will be days when truth feels elusive, and nights when you question your purpose. But if you remember why you began, if you remember that every case has a heartbeat behind it, then you will do more than practice law. You will uphold justice, study hard, stay humble, and never forget, the greatest lawyers are not those who win the most cases, but those who stand for what matters, even when it's hard. Across continents, lawyers play a vital role in peace-building and policy. In war-torn regions, they document crimes against humanity. In climate courts, they fight for future generations. In bustling cities and quiet villages, they draft wills, settle land disputes, and protect the rights of the everyday person. Without lawyers, the rule of law is just a theory. With them, it becomes a shield, a structure, a promise. They are not perfect, but their mission, when carried with conscience, is among the most noble on earth. To every lawyer watching, thank you. Thank you for staying up to finish the brief no one will ever see, for standing beside clients others dismissed, for choosing justice even when the cost is high. We see you, we honor you, and we thank you, not just for what you do, but for who you are. To our audience, if a lawyer has helped you, guided you, or simply stood with you, reach out and thank them today. Share this video, leave a comment below, and let us know what other everyday heroes you want us to honor next. And if you're new here, welcome to Ashiru, where we celebrate humanity, one story at a time. Until next time, stay grounded, stay grateful. This is Ashiru.